Hello and welcome back to Timberborn. In our last episode, we established a new district out here. There's just a handful of people out here. I think there are 6 total. They're all adults now. They were children for a while. We had a bit of a false start with this other district, as the first 4 adults we sent out here included one old person, apparently, who got assigned to water pump and then then died of old age and took basically the rest of the district with them into the tomb. So now that we have a more stable workforce out here, including 2 unemployed people at the moment, we can finally hopefully be a little bit more stable out there. And back here in the home district, in the central district, we have a bunch of people working, and we just started with the additional with some additional people. We have 2 of them as children, and we have another spot open for an available. And then we also set up this floodgate here, and I built a double floodgate, kind of not thinking. But it also helped me understand exactly how the differences between the floodgates, the dams, and the levees are. So the dams are 1 tile height, or the default dam, that is. Then obviously then there would be, and you could build them on top of each other, or actually that wouldn't make any sense. But you could build them on top of levees or whatever to increase the height. But the dam has a spillway in it, so it must be at like 80%, like 0.8 or maybe or so block height, where the water can flow through. The levee is at full 1.0, so it'll mark it off at 1 block height. And then the floodgates allow you to adjust between half, 1, 1.5, and 2. This is the double floodgate, by the way, but in steps of a half of a height. So by putting the floodgates here at 1, they cause the water to just barely flow over this bit here and spill down this spillway, which is really nice, because then whenever we want to expand out this way, we have a little bit of we can get these berries, we can plant trees, we can do other farming out here, and it also gets this part up here a little bit more fertile as well. So it gives us a little bit more availability for later if we decide we want to expand in this direction too. And we of course have this big area over here, which is, as long as this has water, this is good to go. Although also putting this at 1 flooded in a little bit of the land here too, so that gave us probably some additional green space here that was basically taken up down here that was no longer there. So messing with dams and levees and floodgates is kind of an interesting thing, and I want to do it some more in this series, more than we did in the first series. But what I want to do most of all is I want to start harvesting metal. So we have a Scavenger Flag. That's here. That's 250 science and 300 science rather for the shredder. So we're about 100 science short to get everything going. We do need gears and planks out here. We have planks and gears. Great. And the logger is getting the logs here, clearing these up. So that'll be good, because there's a few trees scattered in here. I hope I got this tagged well. I do not. Let's make this tag a little bit bigger. I don't want him creeping all the way over here yet. I want him to focus in this area. But we'll get him working on this. Most of what you see that's green here, though, is actually not trees. It's just vines growing on the metal, which is an interesting and neat, to me at least, aspect or quirk. No, not quirk. I don't know. Kind of an interesting feature of the game that you wouldn't necessarily think to include. But, in fact, it makes it more logical that in a green area, there's going to be vines growing on the metal, the rusted out buildings and stuff, the old buildings that these metal things are a structure of. But anyway, let's go ahead and start scavenging metal. We're going to unlock the flag and build one. As mentioned previously, we have 2 additional workers here, 2 unemployed workers here, so we can get them to work. And actually, I could assign one of them to the building task. That way they can also do hauling. And I want to keep this limited a little bit because, well, we actually have a full supply of food at this point. Because the berries are full, and we actually probably don't need a berry farmer anymore here. Or gatherer, rather. But we're doing okay supplying the carrots and the potatoes to that village from this one for right now, or that district, rather. We have plenty of each of them right now. Actually, we don't have any potatoes at all. I lied. We need to grow more potatoes. Well, let's do that. Yeah, we don't have any potatoes at all. So what I want to do in order to do that, and we're still running on slow speed right now, or yeah, default speed right now. I want to demolish a bunch of these berries that are here. We'll do that many. And they'll come out and build, destroy those, and then we'll put up some more potato farms in here. And someone suggested in the comments for, wasn't yesterday's episode, it had been the day before. Let me glance real quick and grab the name, because I have forgotten it. It was a fun name. Unattended Package. Suggested that I could just build the district thing out here. Send one beaver out here to do this destruction piece, and then destroy the district thing, because it doesn't cost anything to build. And when I read it, I was like, oh yeah, no duh. But it totally didn't occur to me that I could just do that. And so I need to break the road here, and then we need to have a district center here. And we're going to put it here, but see, they don't cost anything. They cost 4 workers, but they don't cost anything. And then once, let's speed the game up to medium speed now that I've kind of caught up with all the chatter and oriented everyone to the game here a little bit. We have 2 unemployed adults here now. Let's migrate one of them to District 3. Go over there. Once you get here, you'll get to work, and you can destroy those things. Although, actually, pause for a moment. Let's see if you can get across these to destroy the furthest one first before you get here. Can you? Yes, you can. Okay. So then we can demolish this one too. I want them to make sure they do them in reverse order, so that they can actually get to the other ones. I'm going to wait to mark this one. There we go. And the water is flooding in now, which is what I wanted to happen, because I wanted this to be a nice reservoir here in case we needed additional water sometime in the future. And then we can demolish these last 2. This works out great. Thank you for pointing out my fallacy. Unattended package. The water is rushing in, and then it'll level off, of course, and stop. Alright, and then we'll migrate population. 1 beaver back to central. Oops, back to central. Migrate. And then we can destroy this. And now I don't need this stuff over here anymore. I'm going to put the path piece back in here just for fun. Alright, so now we have a nice reservoir here. And that can be useful because in the future we could potentially dynamite a channel into here, and we could use this as a nice big farming area and establish a district back here that's you know, separate from the main district, the central district. We'd call that one, I don't know, east maybe, and establish a district here for do a lot of farming and be able to ship those materials around as needed. So let's go ahead and, speaking of farming, place some place some potatoes right in here like that. You know what? I should just delete all of these too. Just come all the way back to that point. And it's nighttime now, so you all will do that work in the future. And I'm still leaving the berries here. It's kind of pointless, I suppose, but I'm still leaving them here anyway. We have 1 spot open still here for another beaver. We have 8 satisfaction. Yeah, gonna be a little hard to take care of any more of that. And we don't quite have 300 points yet, but we are collecting some scrap metal. That's great. We have 0 unemployed because I assigned the other one to do work. As long as we keep 6 here, we're fine. And this is where I would like to see the game have a have an additional like prioritization for jobs screen, so that you can say, okay, I want someone to always be working on water, and if there's no one working on water, then steal from someplace that's lower priority, say like the district center, and 1 on water primary, 1 on maybe berry gathering secondary, especially in the early game here, 1 on, you know, something else tertiary, etc., all the way down on the jobs, or at least fill up the jobs for water pumps before you fill up the jobs for berries, before you fill up the jobs for lumber, before you fill up jobs for etc. So hopefully we can see something like that. That is really 1 tile off for that freaking tree right there. Okay. And I got rid of the berry person because we don't need berries here as long as we continue to have carrots and grilled potatoes being brought in. Carrots, planks, this is potatoes, I think. Yeah, grilled potatoes are there. So now we have a few more potatoes to harvest. That's great. And let's do a little bit more planting of potatoes down there. That should do it. This is actually a decent area up here, too, for farming once we build a ladder up here, or a staircase up here, which I think would be best to just take these 3 berries out, continue the road up the staircase here, and then make a nice sharp right turn, and we could call a district down there, say, combining this with this, maybe call it south. That seems smart to me. So now that we're gathering metal, and now that we have enough science, we need to figure out what we need in order to build the, shredder. It needs gears, it needs planks, and it's going to need a bunch of power, 250 horsepower, in fact. Which means we need at least 2 water wheels. Okay, that's fine. We can do this. We can put this in, like, right here. That's kind of perfect, I think. Because then we can have 2 water wheels right in here, off the coastline. But I'm going to put those in first. I need to look at that again. The only problem with this is getting it down here if we need to get down here for some reason, but I don't think we will. So we'll go right there. Power. Water wheel. We'll go here. Times 2. And they should be able to get to this by coming down here into the water. Once they start, I'll build the shredder, but I wanted to wait until we got to this point before I did so. And you're going to run out of logs pretty soon because you've pretty much gathered all the trees, which is fine too. I think I'll put in a warehouse up here though to store the to store the metal. I don't think I'll put the scrap in a storage. I think we'll just have the 20 plus the input buffer. But for the outgoing metal and whatnot, I do want to have a warehouse for that. Or for the metal blocks, that's what they're called. Cosco was born in the main city, so we have our main district, so we have 27 there now. That's great. And they're going to build that last. I want to make sure they can get to. Yep, they can get to it. All right, let's do metal and scrap. And then this can come down and out and into there. It's kind of weird, but it'll work. And that's going to take 30 scrap in order to build it, but we have 20 there, and we'll get 10 more easily enough. Oh, you found some trees inside the scrap metal. Okay. So I need to come up with a good tree farm here. Maybe we could just replant this area here. We'll need to have a forester to do it. Otherwise, I could rip up all these stupid berries and plant right there or up here someplace. Or I could just ship logs over. That's a possibility too. We have 2. One of the things with the distribution points, the drop-off points that I like, is just the fact that it limits each input item to 100, and it has a capacity of 300. So to me, that means fill up each stack, make 3 stacks, 3 items per distribution drop-off point, and you're good to go. I mean, yes, you can use the district distribution limits in order to set. I mean, the limit here is 100, but you can set it to lower. But 100's a good amount of most things. And yeah, but this also controls how much globally you don't have to limit it by each distribution point if you want. So you could make these smaller. Like maybe we don't need 100 gears in here. Maybe we could limit this to 50, and then I could drop a 4th thing off here that was also limited to 50 with 2 100 items, and then we'd be good. So you can kind of do both, however you want to do it. Just make sure that you the totals of the limits of the high limits of the item. And I don't know why you would need a low quantity. Maybe that's like a priority, so they bring over anything that's too low first. Low. Resources below this limit are not carried out from the district. Oh, that's useful. I guess I need to read the help stuff. So this is how much we want to maintain in the district, and this is how much we want to max out before shipping stops. But anyways, what I was saying was, if you want to have more than 3 items in a distribution, then just make sure you reduce the high limits on those 3 items so they only add up to 300. Or on all those items they only add up to 300. You can do however you want, but just make sure you kind of keep to that so that you don't overfill with some of the things and then not have any of another item. Hopefully that makes sense, because it kind of sounded crazy when I said it. Yeah, I'm tempted to just not bother with the tree gathering in the North District at all. Just have them finish cleaning up the trees that are here. Maybe even just keep moving the lumberjack flag around. Gather up all the rest of the trees that are here. And then don't do any tree gathering here and just ship logs over here instead. But for now, I want him to work, because I want him to be the one who's providing the logs for this while he cleans up all the things. But we're getting close to running out of trees in the collectible zone. Actually, I might have screwed up already. I did. Oh no, there's still trees there. That's fine. We'll mark these all. We could mark all of these too. Mark that one. Oh, we won't be able to get to that one. Okay, we'll turn that off then. Yeah, getting that one's impossible, kind of, at this point. And that just needs to be deleted. It doesn't count as a log. Some of these other ones are all seedlings. They don't count. But what I was seeing was this one here, but they must not be able to get back in there to get to that tree. Or I didn't mark it. I didn't mark it. Unselect. Yeah, I did. It's marked. I marked the whole floor of the area here, I think. Oh well. Let the logger do the logging, and then we just need to build a road over there to get the rest of them. We have one power wheel going, or a water wheel rather going. Let's go this way, and then right down the middle, like that. The seedlings automatically get removed when you place a road. Let's take out a couple of these right here, maybe. And then we can deal with those later. 1 unemployed there, 2 unemployed here. Let's find somebody else a job. We'll fill this in, because once they're done building, they become haulers. So the only advantage is, well, you know what? The advantage here is the strength. So we want to have, no, not haulers, sorry, workers. But still, the advantage here is the strength, whereas in the district center, they don't get the strength bonus. So unless you need 4 people doing building, you're better off putting them here if you have one of these hauling posts, so that they don't, so they get that 100% strength bonus. Yeah, you just have a few more trees to cut, and then we'll be done with that. Let's do mark resources for demolition. I'm going to do these like this. That one there. Those are garbage. These are garbage. Just to try and clear some of this out. Because they're never going to grow unless I bring water in here. And I don't see myself bringing water in here anytime soon. And that'll be something that the builders take care of once they're done building. And they are working on this as they don't have logs to deliver here. They'll deliver planks and gears and scrap metal to this. Just kind of like a priority thing. Now I kind of wish this would have been positioned slightly differently. How could I move that differently? I suppose I could rotate it clockwise, so that this was here instead. Yeah, but it's not really worth it. Just this goofy intersection here is, well, goofy. Alright, they are working on that. What else can we work on while they're working on that? I think we could work on some, not leisure, but some shrubberies over here. Just to put them down Give them something nice to look at. Maybe. Not really any spots along the roads where they could... Oh, here, we could put one in here. That's a good place. Trying to get it where it overlaps with the road. That way they'll get the bonus as they walk past things. Although, I think that counts because it's highlighting the building. And I'm assuming that by being adjacent to a building, it provides a boost to anybody who uses the building, too. That's the assumption that I'm making because I saw it here, too. And let's mark those berries here also. That way we can plan this route out to there for later. Berry destruction. But I see, I could think that having about 5 districts on this map would be pretty good. Kind of each of the 4 cardinal directions and then central. Could potentially have one in this area here that isn't really covered by any of the others. Maybe, except maybe this one. That would be one right there. Maybe some tree farming if you could get some water up into here, and then some metal here. And then this one down here would be really good for tree farming or any kind of farming. And then some metal here. This one over here. Yeah, I think 5 would cover this, and we really don't even need to keep them all active all the time. I think you're probably done. Are you done chopping trees? Where's the beaver at? Yeah, he's sitting there. Okay, so let's destroy this, and let's put up another lumberjack flag out here. Like way out here. Well, it doesn't need to be that way out, but out this way somewhere. So that they can get to these trees out here. I'm going to assign that worker plus the one unemployed one we had temporarily to these jobs. So that they'll come out here and work on this. Let's set this to a high priority, actually. That would be smart. And then we need a road coming from here into this area. We'll do like this, maybe. And then straight down there. And then we'll do another... lumberjack flag down here. The buildings will actually run with insufficient power. Why did it stop spinning, by the way? Still flow. There it goes. Oh. Must be some sloshing going on. And they have just about filled up that large water tank here. Great job. Alright, and now you can go and work there. Maybe? There you go. Good job. And while they don't have any logs or anything else to deliver to this, because they're waiting on scrap metal now, they're working on these other jobs. So that's great too. We have almost 300 science. So we could look at doing some other things. Let's work on this staircase here, though. Because I would like to get it up and going. I think just one is all we need. Yeah, just one is all we need. Then we can do this, and then a path here. And then that'll come up there and go... maybe like right through the middle here someplace. There, maybe right here. You can go there and there. I don't know how far they'll actually be able to get this way, but we'll find out. But that'll be the road that connects the two districts, and then we'll establish another district center out here. We'll have to build a bridge, though. We might have to actually establish a district center here temporarily. Cut our way through the trees. Build the path to get across this river, and then move it out here if we want to move it out there. Or not. Don't move it out there. That's fine, too. So we just need to build those two. Great. This is done. Those are done. They should be working on this next. We need a worker for this, so let's take one of these out. And that gives us a worker in here. And it might be just about time to establish another house here. Are we maintaining the food pretty well? Yeah, we're maintaining the food pretty well. If we're not, then we probably just need more haulers or more farmers or more fields out here. But it looks like we're doing pretty good. I mean, they haven't dipped into the berries at all, so that's a good thing. So maybe we'll put up another house here. Speak, Wally. Speak. I can go that way. And you are done? Or you're still hauling... Oh, you're chopping over here now. Okay. You're working on that tree that I was looking at earlier. Must not have been able to reach it from the other side. Put another lumberjack flag down here. I think the rest of them are going to be... It's hard to tell, but I don't think anything else is a tree there. You are somewhere. What are you doing? You're hauling something. Carrying carrots. Oh, well, crap. This got done. And we want this to be only metal blocks. Yeah, they started carrying berries up here too. Doggone it. Alright, and you are done. You're bored there too. Okay, and then you can go work at this one then. I hope. I presume. I think. How does that work? Am I miscounting someone somewhere? Oh, we had one death. Janajig died of old age. Okay, that's fine. That's okay, we're going to add 3 more beavers here anyway. What are you doing? Did I mark these? I did. Let's start unmarking. Although that tree would be good to cut. 3 days to another... I know that lacks materials. I was an idiot with the paper thing. But we should be able to actually start with paper now. Because we have... Wait, we could have done paper before? We could have done paper before. It just needs more power. We have the science for it. So we could go ahead and set this up. The problem with paper is the shape of the building. It only connects power on 3 of the sides, on certain points on 3 of the sides. So this needs to be set up this way. And it's going to be the end of our power limits then, I guess is the word. Good job, everyone. Let's see. This current power network, it has 140 free, and this is going to need 80, so actually we're good on power. Bonus. And they're going to get some planks and gears and take care of that. And then we'll need another worker for that, which we have one unemployed person in this district, so guess what you get to do, Paperboy. We have 2 spots open for growth. No, we have 1 spot open for growth. We have spots open over here. 1 spot here as well. You're chopping trees. Great. I'm gonna... Well, I'll leave the rows alone for now. Could potentially take them down later, but for now, they're good. And yeah, I could have just climbed up here and got this metal, but I kind of also wanted to do a different district. Alright, we are getting metal blocks. So the next thing we'll have to do is put up a distribution center in this district, and then a drop-off point in this district so we can ship metal blocks back to the central district. But I think we'll do that in the next episode, while we're also kind of dealing with this this drought and working our way up here. They did do this building, so that's great. So yeah, we'll work our way up here, and we'll be able to establish another district out here in a future episode. So thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.